This is CNN Breaking News.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host from CNN, Mark Gilbronson. First statement of the night, Mr. Pasquesi just released his new autobiography, Pasquesi's Wonderful Wonders of the World. It is filled with amazing content that I would have never thought about. Now, if you are interested in this piece, you should go check it out, okay? If you're interested in morality and human behavior. Second thing for tonight, Emery Williams reported kidnapped. Sources say that he was playing 2K and he raged a little bit what he normally did and went outside and was never seen for 2 weeks. Now, I know that these aren't the top stories we're looking for, but today we are going to talk about threatened species and let's get some information from people from the outside. Okay. Now we are outside. It is a gorgeous day. The sky is blue. Now let's go check out some people. You lady, what do you think about species being threatened?
We need to say the species, period.
Okay. You sir, what do you think we need to do as a community?
To save the turtles!
Okay. Do you know any mammals that are endangered?
I know there are 25%.
Okay, smart girl. Wow, that was really cool then to give us some insight on what they believe on this current situation. Now, I'm going to read you a few quotes that I found from John Paul II's message for 1990 World Peace, the ecological crisis, or a common responsibility. And one of the interesting things I found from the beginning, it says, lack of due respect for nature by the plundering natural resources and by the progressive decline in the quality of life. Now, this could mean on many things, but if we're talking about animals being critically endangered, they need to have certain things in order to survive, or for example, habitats and food. Another one I found states, another level, delicate ecological balances are upset by the uncontrolled destruction of animal and plant life or by a reckless exploitation of natural resources. Think about it. People can get greedy sometimes, so if we become too greedy, we start thinking less of others, and if we take more than what we need, it's not a good idea. One more. It also states, even men and women, without any particular religious conviction, but with an acute sense of their responsibilities for the common good, recognize their obligation to the restoration of a healthy environment. If we continue to help out this ecological crisis and save some of the threatened species, we can do better. Trust me. You see, another one of the issues to this crisis is the idea of climate change. Now, climate change can affect anything and everything. Climate change threatens food production, public health, especially plants, communities, and animal life. Ways to help out is to save energy at home, throw less food out, and use climate-friendly travel methods. And lastly, climate change has made life difficult for many animals that are in need of water, food, and clean environments, and it's important for us to help them out. And according to my research, I got nothing. See, with the current situation going on, COVID-19, animals are starting to get the coronavirus now, and we had to do something. Come over here. Now, let me inform you guys really quick here. You see, a tiger in the Bronx Zoo had been infected, and it may spread and affect many different animals, threatening them as well. Symptoms were similar, but some were different too. You see, dry cough, and less appetites were very popular amongst tigers. But other symptoms in animals included diarrhea, vomiting, and respiratory issues, which can affect humans, but right now it's mostly affecting the animals that got it. And many different symptoms can appear in a variety of animals, and this can be a high threat to them if this coronavirus still continues to spread in the future. Back at you from CNN. Gorgeous day outside. Man, it's beautiful. Now, let me inform you on the statistics from the Red List. Now, as it reads, 31,000 species are currently being threatened and with the possibility of extinction. That's not good. Now, the percentages, a few of them. 47% include amphibians, 25% include mammals, includes us as well. And lastly, 40% are birds, and the birds are pretty pretty. They're chirping right now. Who cares right now? Listen up. Did you know that the black rhino has been slowly increasing its population throughout the decade? And you may not know, but their ivory and their beautiful skin has been used for decorations. Now, the way that this has been happening was that there have been law enforcements upon the country, and with that, it's been stabilizing the rhinos and the human population as well. Whoa! Ooh, man. I think my magic powers are coming back. I'm not sure. But anyways, continuing off from the red list, not only are animals being harmed, but the trees as well. Now it is an example in Europe, the tree crisis, and over 450 species of trees are being harmed, and they are native to the country. Now you may be asking, well, what can harm inanimate objects, you may ask? Well, let me inform you, big fella. You see, rodents, diseases, and human plantations can harm them, and that's something that we should be wary about. So I just met this woman. She seems really cool, and she goes to Harvard University, and she must be smart. She must be. Is there anything that you are currently working on or doing there?
Well, I am writing 5 encyclicals.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything information that you can tell us about this crisis that we've been talking about?
Well, another common species that are threatened and could go extinct are the great white and whale sharks. Scientists say in the ocean, the bigger animal plays a role in ecological roles and that are facing high levels of a threat from humans and climate change.
Ha! Well, that was really cool of her to give us a little bit of information about what she knew about this. And I know what you're thinking, why are you wearing this hat? Well, it's 34 degrees right now and I am freezing. Brr. I mean, I think we talked a little bit. Oh, hold on. Hello?
Hey yo, biggity boom, it's Jadia LaFontaine.
Alrighty, I'll tell them. Ladies and gentlemen, news reporter Jadia LaFontaine will talk to you now.
Hello, I'm news correspondent Jadia LaFontaine. With the advancement of technology and things to make life more comfortable, us humans are seeing some real change, but so are animals. With habitats and even entire ecosystems being destroyed, many of these animals are in real danger, and their existence is becoming threatened. With one of these creatures is the Bornean orangutan. This is the species whose population has been highly affected in recent years. In fact, their population has declined more than 50% in the last 5 years, according to worldwildlife.org. Habitat loss is a major factor of this, as deforestation and wildfires are destroying the Sumatran and Bornean forests, their natural habitats. While wildfires may be natural threats, humans are still playing a large role in their habitat loss. 46,332 miles of forest has been cut in Sumatra, leaving the Sumatran orangutan population to roughly 7,500 and the Bornean population around 103,000. One source that talks about humans' connection to the environment is Pope Francis's 2015 encyclical Laudato Si'. This document breaks down what the environment really means to humans. In Chapter 4, Part 1, it states, "When we speak of the environment, what we really mean is a relationship existing between nature and society which lives in it." Pope Francis's definition of the environment is something we need to live by and truly learn by heart. If we as humans can develop a relationship with nature, things such as threatened species would not exist. National Geographic has something called a red list, which basically is a list showing species that are endangered, threatened, or critically endangered. Most of the animals and plants on there most likely will be gone in the future unless something is done about it. The red list has information on the species habitat, population, decline, and incline of the population, and the chance that a species has of becoming extinct. In 1973, the United States Congress passed the Endangered Species Act, which created reserves to protect and increase the population growth of threatened species. I personally think that it's important to protect these animals. Some of them, like bees and bats, actually help humans do things like grow food, and without them we'd be having a hard time. Not just that, but it's important for us to preserve these animals because they're God-given and a part of the earth. Not everyone likes animals and wants to make time to do things like volunteer at beach cleanups and stuff like that. But it's important if you don't like animals and plants to respect them, because like us, they also live on Earth, and it's important that we respect their habitats, where they get their food, and their personal space. So that's my personal opinion on the subject.
Yes, I would have to agree with the home fry, Jadiel. We can give some recognition towards these animals that are being harmed to the community and let them know that, hey, they're still here and they can use some of your help. That's my take on it. Okay. You see, another one of the key factors around due to threatened. Okay, and what's your opinion about this?
Well, I think that species. Stop it. That's not.
Second thing for tonight. Emery really.